so beautiful. I'm lost in paradise. I'm lost and I can't find a way out. But I don't wanna get out. Leave me out in the sky, fire so high. Leave me out in the sunset time. 'Cause I don't wanna be Go hard or go home. Go home. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Go home. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Go home. Go hard. Go go go. Or go home. Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now. In my head I'm top 10, yeah, that's hands down. You a squad, now you're looking man down. Funny how foes turn to friends now. Drive a race car like a Atari now. Call filling up, I need product again. Treat the business like a playground, might slide on you. Do me wrong, might slide on you. Do a backflip, cause I'm mad rich. I'm the definition of what that is. Go hard, or go home. Go home. Go hard, go hard, or go home. Go hard, go hard, or go home. Go hard, go hard, or go home. Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. I'm a warrior, I go back to back, then go back to back. If I top the top, then I double back, and I'm topping that. Yeah, I beat my own records. Yeah, I gotta get money fetish. Same team, I don't set trip. Never dull, this electric. Went and put the Ricks on my toes. Me and bro, that's the give and go. Stay 100, end zone, end zone. Keep them coming, I know. I won't flood my wrist, no, I'm not dumb like that. I just wanna give my mama 100 racks. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home.
Hello. Sorry. Ended up with stains on my last shirt, so I had to take it off and switch after using the bathroom. Anyway. Alright, this is just musical sounds like, so we'll just switch that off now. So this and that. Hey, Monmouth. Yeah, sorry about that. I was wearing a shirt, and then I noticed I think it must have been from, like, eating at some point. I noticed these, like, flecks of color, and I initially was like, oh, is that just some lint? No, and I kind of did, like, a little scratch with my finger nail, and it didn't flick the switch. What do you mean? Anyway, I did a little scratching with my fingernail and it didn't come off, so I'm like, I'm probably going to have to use some stain stuff and like a toothbrush or something to scrub it off. So, that's what happened. Hey, Fovox, I know, I'm trying to catch up with the whole, like, everything you said. Oh, I don't know what song. Shadows from Twin Peaks, Chromatics. Oh, Twin Peaks was a great show. Yeah, they had a lot of good music for that too. I love the theme and stuff also. So, oh yeah, yeah. So anyway, so that's why I'm late. Sorry, I realized that this is a recurring issue. I thought you can't really read my social media when I have this like this. I thought I had. Do I not have? Got that, but I don't have. I wonder. Let's do this. I'm going to switch this one to. Oh, I will need to open that. Give me one sec here. Hang on. Hold your horses and all of the king's men and everything else you came here with. Calm down for a second. People, I don't need you freaking out right now. Okay? I really don't. That's not right. How would I open that? Yeah, I guess that has to be, right? Okay, we'll just do that. That's fine. Okay. Get this ready. Okay. This again. And now I'm going to change this to that. And then this is going to have to go first. Oh, wait. I'm going to have to unhide that and then put it first. How is... Oh, because it's not prominent. Correct. Can I not just... Oh, I know why. I know why that's an issue. Okay, hang on. We'll delete this. Remove. Yep. Then I'm going to add. From. Okay. About that. I suppose, I mean, it doesn't really matter, I guess. This here. Okay, okay. All right, now I move this, and then I'm going to, this is the one? Yeah. That lets me resize. And then if I put this just under here, and here. There we go. Now you can see my social information as well. I probably want to slightly adjust this down. There we go. Okay, now you can actually see the stuff. I noticed that in past videos. I was like, you can't really read it. Hey, Somni, welcome. You couldn't really see that, so... Wait, what? Who said freaking out? What are you... Okay, yeah, but I was joking. And I was talking about, like, in general, not specific people. I'm just saying, like, anyway. I was just being dumb. Okay, welcome, everybody. All right, let's get into still life now. Now that I'm... Jeez. 20 minutes before... 20 minutes late, basically, before getting into it even. Someday, maybe, we will start. So I should not have any problems with fatigue at all tonight. I took a nap earlier, like a nap. It ended up being like a 3-hour midday sleep session, really. It wasn't really a nap anymore. I fell asleep and then I just stayed asleep for a bit. So, there you go. If I remember right, this takes a little bit before it starts up, huh? For some reason. I don't know why it takes so much. For a mid-2000s game, you would think it would load right up. given the increasing speed and storage space for modern computers. You would think this would just not take anything, but apparently it's taking a bit. And I don't know why. I have a little bit of water. I'll probably have to go get some water. I am thirsty, so. So how's everybody's week? What did you guys do? Just normal stuff, work and or study and or porn. I don't know. I don't know what you guys normally do, but whatever. Nice. I like working in the garden. I actually injured myself years ago. Right here, I guess there's a nerve here. Oh. Okay, yeah, sorry Twitch is being dumb. So I used to garden, but my right here I guess there's a nerve in your hand here, and I pinched that when I was using some shears. Well, not shears. I don't know, small shears like for snipping buds and leaves and small branches, right? Anyway, I came across a larger stem for, I don't remember what it was now, some weed we were trying to clip, but it was a hard stem, like almost like a small tree or something, like made out of wood almost. Whatever this weed was, I don't remember again, like I said. Anyway, and so I was trying to use the shears or the clippers to clip it, and it wasn't working, and so I was using like a lot of finger strength, and it slipped onto that nerve. And when I finally clipped it, I did something to that nerve. So now the very end of my, well, actually, there's a little bit. Anyway, the very end of my thumb has lost some of its feeling over time. Well, it's not just pinched. I mean, yes, I pinched it, but it's like I permanently pinched it. Like this is like a decade and a half ago or something, and I no longer have feeling in my. I will have a little tiny bit of feeling in the end of my thumb. So, like I can feel. It's like when your leg is asleep. There's a tingle feeling, but not a normal feeling. Like here, I can go. Oh, there's a scratching on with my fingernails on my finger. Here, it feels like there's tingling in my thumb. So yeah, I really got the nerve. That's right. Yep. So I still like gardening. I just try to be more careful these days when I do gardening, and I don't do a lot because I live in an apartment in a city, so there's not really space. I could keep a planter, but I haven't. But if I visit my parents, they live on it's like 5 acres or something of property, and so they have a garden there as well, like both a fruit and vegetable garden, but also like a flower garden. And so I can garden when I go visit them. I can garden, and then I also help them with some of the construction, like the carpentry and stuff that they do. So sometimes do some of the plumbing too. That's the gross stuff, and I don't like doing that when I'm there, but it needs to be done. Yeah. They have a dog. They have a dog. They used to have a dog and a cat. The cat passed on, and it's always hard when you have a pet for years and then the pet passes on. My mom really has a hard time with that because my mom has the bad luck apparently of always walking into the room and seeing the animal dead. Like it seems like I think my dad's done it sometimes, but usually over all the years growing up and then in adulthood and stuff, my parents have pretty much always had a dog and a cat. And my mom always seems to run into the situation where she'll come around the corner the next morning, the night before they saw the animal. The animal seemed to be doing okay, but I mean they were weak and stuff because they're old, right? Like you're saying, yep, they get old. And so then the next morning, my mom would like come around the corner to the kitchen or something, and she'd find the cat just lying there dead or something. And I mean, that'll happen when you have pets, but that over and over and over again throughout life, my mom finally was just like, I'm done with that. I really don't want to. So they have a dog now on their property, she's a I don't remember what the breed is now. It's basically a sheepdog. It's not a sheepdog breed, but it's a sheepdog type of dog. And she loves the dog, but the dog does not come inside. The dog always, yeah, I think it might be a border collie, actually. Yep, I think that's it. And so the border collie, stays outside during, like, throughout the day, and then she goes into her own little, there's like a barn, but there's like a front side where the door's open where you can get to the normal part of the barn, and there's like this back this back room in the back of the barn that does not open into the rest of the barn, and it opens into, it has its own doors on the back side. And so it's like her own, like, little house, small little house. So she goes in there at night because where they live, there are things like cougars and bears and coyotes and stuff, and they don't want to leave her out there at night unobserved when all that stuff is around. So they put her in her own little house or her room in the nighttime, so she's safe there. And then during the day, my dad and my mom are out, so they can, and then if something comes or whatever, they have, they have like rifles and stuff, they can scare them away or whatever. So, hey, Silhouette, welcome. Okay, seriously, something has gone wrong. This obviously is not displaying now. I don't understand. Oh. I don't know. I guess it started now. All right, well, there we go. Yep. Okay, so the vast of all of the varieties of canines, okay, the dogs, what we normally call dogs, so the domesticated canines, okay, those canines were naturally grazers. They would graze on like grass and vegetable, more like vegetables and stuff. And they naturally, because they were, although they're omnivores technically, they more naturally would eat, they'd eat small rodents or something, that's right. But then also mostly they would eat like vegetables and stuff. Like they would eat leaves of different plants and whatever. Anyway, those are what we have is the domesticated canines these days. Generally, those were originally what they were. There are some exceptions, but most of those were originally grazers. So like a border collie, for example, okay? So those are mostly the peaceful canines. Any of the non-domesticated breeds of canines, wolves, coyotes, dingoes, anyway, any of those are, generally speaking, carnivores. I think strictly they're omnivores. I think they can live off of plants, but they generally eat meat. So those are aggressive. Those will attack domesticated canines. They'll attack your livestock. Exactly. All that kind of stuff. Yep. So that's a careful distinction. The domesticated breeds generally were grazers, but of all the non-domesticated breeds, almost all of them are carnivores or carnivores or omnivores, depending. Yep. And then it's the same thing with cats. So of canines, generally, well, not the same thing like in terms of what they eat, but generally you have the variety of cats, felines that are domesticated. And so those are I mean, technically they're omnivores. Like you can feed them, I think, certain limited vegetables. Basically, they're carnivores, right? They only eat vegetables if you feed them vegetables, and most of the or plants. And I think almost all plants they stick up their nose at. They don't like them, so they're carnivores, right? But and so are big cats. But so anyway, the domesticated cats, generally those are all of the same type of. They're mostly friendly to people, even maybe a little skittish if they don't know you. But they're very tameable. They're very kind. If you treat them well, then you have a good reciprocal relationship. They're generally nice. Like if you're having a bad day or something, they won't stay around for a long time because like that's kind of a dog's thing. But they might come up and kind of rub against you if they sense that you're having a hard time or something, right? So those are those kinds of canine or felines. Outside of that, though, all of the other felines, the so-called big cats, although not all of them are big, but the so-called big cats, those are then all like the aggressive will attack stuff. Anyway, and so like obviously cougars are, you know, they're basically like a North American version of a panther, effectively, more or less. We also have panthers actually down in the South. But anyway, they're more or less a North American version of the panther. Lynxes. Yeah. Anyway, those different animals are obviously very bad. So we lock her up at night, or they lock her up at night in her room. So she's got food and water in there. She's got a blanket. She's got a bed. She's got, I think there's a little, it's not like a hamster wheel. There's something in there for her to play with, though. Anyway, so she stays there at night. And then during the day, when my mom and dad can watch out for them, of course, with rifles or just with yelling and stuff, scare away coyotes and other predators, then they'll do that. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's not legal to hunt bison. So it is legal to, you have to have a license to do so. But you can actually, like, effectively, you can own bison that you breed kind of like cows or whatever for meat and leather and stuff like that. So there are a very limited number of farms where you can do that. And they have the usual checks, like make sure you're not mistreating the animals and stuff, obviously. Legally, you have to do that, right? But, so there are some farms where you can get bison meat. But the wild bison, the ones that are not on farms, that are out roaming the plains, yeah, you're not allowed to touch those. Because we almost made them extinct in the 19th century in America. So we backed way off of that, and there's been laws passed. They're they're either in danger or at risk level. I think they're at risk right now. Anyway. No. I said earlier, like in life, they had dogs and cats and those had died. The newest dog? No, the newest dog, what is her name? I can't remember her name. It's a girl. I can't remember what her name is. Anyway, their newest dog, the Border Collie, is alive still. I'm just saying they put her in her own. So it's like you have the barn is like this. Okay? All of this part of the barn is the normal barn. And you have doors here you can enter in to get into that part of the barn. Here is just a single, it's not a very big one, but a single room with doors on this side. And so you can only enter the Border Collie's room from this side of the barn. You cannot go through. You can only enter from this side. She has her own special door, her own special room on the very back of the barn. And she sleeps there at night so that she won't be killed. And then during the day, my mom and dad are out and they can watch her and make sure she stays safe. And if there's a predator or something, they can scare it away or whatever. So that's that. Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, I knew that they were, or I assumed they were related at least, but I didn't actually know that. That's cool. Yeah, okay, so I would say, yeah, mountain lion is kind of like the North American version of probably a leopard, although obviously coloration is different and there's some physical characteristics that are a little bit different. But anyway, all right, we left off where? 1909, right? Yeah, here. All right. Yeah, and we're back to modern day now. That's right. There's probably not anything out here to find, but I don't know for sure. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's like leave or else go inside. Okay, so let's just go inside. Ooh, the music suddenly. Yeah. Change the Jaguars to Panthers. Yeah, but we have we have other varieties of cats in the United States than just the mountain lions, of course, of big cats. We have lynxes, we have bobcats. Bobcats and lynxes, I think, are related, but they're not the same. Trying to think. So we cannot talk to her, interestingly. I think we'd at least maybe be able to say hi or something, but maybe not. I think there's some in the south also that I'm not thinking of. Lynxes are beautiful, yeah. When I was a kid, we owned some property in the eastern part of Washington State. So if you take Seattle, Washington, and you head about, it's like 250 miles, maybe 300, I think it's like 250 miles. So what, like 420 or something kilometers, head east from Seattle, and there's a city called Spokane. Spokane's more urban sprawl. It's like way spread out. It's not really tall like something like Seattle is. Anyway, we lived in a county near there, and we had 48 acres at the time, actually. It turns out that the guy that sold us the property was not allowed to sell us the property, so legally it shifted hands back to the other people, so we had to move. Sucks for us. But anyway, at the time, we were on this 48 acres, and it had some flat areas for like gardening and stuff, but it also had a lot of hills and mountainous areas and stuff. And not really high mountains. They're the Blue Mountains, so they're not especially tall, but for mountains. Anyway, they're kind of like Appalachian tall, maybe, if that. They might even be shorter than Appalachians. Anyway, and because in that area, there are the mountains and stuff, there were black bears, brown bears, grizzly bears, coyotes, lynxes. We never actually saw lynxes though when we were there. We saw lynx tracks. Cougars. Yep, all of those were in that area. Although most of them only wandered through occasionally. Bears, coyotes, I think, black bears. Black bears and coyotes, I think, were the ones that normally were generally there. The others we would just see sometimes as they kind of hiked through and stuff. Yeah, but bobcat and lynx don't have the same track marks. And while I was a kid, I was like 6 or 7 or something, maybe. My dad learned, like he studied before we moved there, he said what wildlife would be there, and he memorized the track marks, and it was lynx tracks, he said. It wasn't bobcats. I don't remember seeing bobcats while we were there either, although there might have been. Definitely, with 48 acres, that's a wide range to have stuff wander through, right? So it's very possible. You can't even go down this way, I guess, let alone examine stuff. So go to that door. They keep it very simple, apparently, here. We can go that way, we can go to this door, or we can go down. Can't open this, can't examine anything. All life is simple. Okay, we'll just go there then. Yeah, it was really cool. It's really sad that we lost the property. It would have been amazing to grow up on land like that, I think.
Agent McPherson, FBI. I have a few questions I'd like to ask you, if you have the time.
I have time for the pretty agent.
Again.
May I come in?
Sure.
Gosh.
Geez, sorry I asked.
What?
Oh, nothing. Just thinking out loud.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. You say so. It's just this weird overlay stuff, like the dialogue box or this mouse symbol. It's just that stuff, mostly that blinks. In some cases, you might have a layer where there's a character behind something or something, and so that will kind of blink as well as it bleeds through a little bit or something. It's like the whatever layer is on top disappears and reappears over and over. It's very strange. Because, like, you see the mouse pointer always is on top, of course. That's blinking. Strange. Anyway. Yep.
Did you know a Natalie Kenworth?
Yes, I did.
So I imagine you also know that she was murdered about a month ago.
Yes, and I already talked to a police officer about her.
Yeah, I know, but I would appreciate if you could remind me. How did you know her? Friend? Just a classmate? Were you intimate?
I was her tutor. She was studying in criminology, and I was helping her with some of her classes. She came here often.
Do you know Cynthia Woods?
Cynthia Woods? No, I don't think so.
Are you sure? Maybe a photo would help.
Oh, yes, I have seen her before. She's my neighbor's friend. I saw her at a party. That picture was taken there.
So you're not close to Cynthia?
No, she's more my neighbor's friend. I think I saw her twice in all, at the party and once in the hallway. Why?
She was found brutally murdered in an abandoned apartment building.
You don't think that... Hey, I'm always in here working on my thesis. I never go out. I went to Mia's party because she invited me. I think she invited me so I wouldn't complain about the noise.
The voice acting wasn't bad until that last line. It got a little bit dicey in a couple places, but it was mostly fine. I was actually starting to think, like, before she started drawing the conclusions, I'm starting to think this guy might actually be the murderer, but we'll see.
Mia's the other girl in the picture?
Yes, she's my neighbor.
Not off of evidence, just off of a feeling, right? Just intuition. But I could be wrong, of course. Guys aren't known for their intuition so much as supposedly women are, right? Women's intuition. Which I don't buy. I think everybody has intuition. And some people are good at it, and some people aren't. But anyway.
Your thesis, what's the subject?
I'm doing it on a serial murder case called the Perlovka Ripper. It happened in the late 20s.
Well, you don't say.
Are you familiar with the case?
You could say that, yes.
Oh, you know what, though? Now that I think about it, I'm thinking he's not the murderer, but somebody he knows is. Somebody he knows he shared his thesis with. They started investigating on their own. That's what I'm thinking happened. Don't know for sure, obviously.
Do you mind if I take a look at it?
Sure, I'll even print you up a copy.
A student in criminology, huh? Did you ever get Professor Pratt?
No, but I know him. I've had several conversations about weird unsolved cases.
Does he still have bad BO?
BO?
Body odor. In other words, he stinks.
Yes, he still does.
Okay, can I have the copy now?
Sure, I'll be right back.
How does the dude not know what BO means? What the crap? That's been around since, like, at least the 1980s.
Now's my chance. I should swipe something to get prints. Too risky to take that.
Something over here. But it's got to be something he probably won't miss, right? Oh, here we go. Like a bottle down here. Let's grab maybe this one. If that's different than this one. This one looks full, so I don't want to do the one he's clearly using. There we go.
This will do nicely.
Here you are.
He's got his fly strip.
Thanks a lot. I'll be sure to read it.
I'd really appreciate your input if you ever have the time.
Will do. You're not planning on leaving the country.
No.
Fine. Thanks for your cooperation, and I'll keep in touch.
The gross fly strip right by where he's standing. All right. Yeah, I mean, he definitely has the signs, which is why I'm thinking it's probably not him. I think it's a red herring. But I think, like I said, he probably had a conversation with somebody, or he sat down, like was at one point was like, oh, I forgot, or whatever. He stepped up, left his bag there or something, got up and went over to check something or whatever. And somebody happened to see, like, his thesis sticking out a little bit, saw the name, and they were like, oh, or something. Maybe. The thing is, IRL, he probably would be the killer. But because this is a mystery game, it's too easy. Like you're saying, it's too obvious. So they'll redirect you. But IRL, he would actually be the guy. Like, I read somewhere that it's something like 98% of all cases are obvious and exactly what the detectives assume initially. So, that it's almost never tricky.
Hello?
Hey, it's me.
What's up?
Nothing much. I was just calling to say I was on my way to visit Victim 5's roommate. Maybe she can tell us more about Vaclav and the other girl in the picture.
No need, I know who she is. She's Vaclav's neighbor. Actually, I just finished the interview.
How did it go?
He's harmless. Anyways, he doesn't fit the profile. But I did nick a little something with Prince. I'm taking it over to Claire for comparisons.
Great idea, but we can't use it though if he checks out.
I know. Call me if you get anything interesting out of the roommate.
Will do. Bye.
Bye.
He has to tell her they can't use it if it checks out. Really? She's a detective. Really? Yeah, see, that's what makes serial killers so dangerous, is they are the tricky ones, right? They're the exception to the rule. Jeez, 4 women. It's not like the United States has our share. It's not like we in the United States have our share of serial killers. Jeffrey Dahmer and friggin' there's the Green River Killer in Washington State, and there's so many. There's what's the guy that used to? He was like ex-Mormon too, I think, right? He was the guy that used to pick up like hookers, and then he'd like murder them back at his place or something like that, or in his car. Dahmer was the dude that would eat people. They found like severed heads of leftover victims in his fridge and stuff. It's so gross. Nice. Like, they brought in the FBI, meaning the Australian version of the FBI, or is it actually, did they actually get help from the United States? That would be a little strange. Usually nations handle that within their own borders, but oh, US. Oh, well, I'm glad we can help you guys out. Yeah, sometimes that happens. And sometimes you just happen to have experts. I mean, we get that in the United States, like in the medical community, for instance, right? There are doctors in Europe that know more about such and such procedures, so we'll do that, yeah. Yeah. There's actually, which comedian is it? There's a comedian, oh, Tom Segura does a bit on, like, the 48, right? Which is just a show about cops going after criminals in the different, parts of the country or whatever, but or in the, not, it's usually kind of in the East, I think, but it's like within the first 48 hours. But anyway, the first 48 is a good example of that, right? Basically, you have people who are criminals, and the cop, they like don't even lie at all. Almost, they say something like, so, I don't know. Tom said he saw you at the bar on Thursday night, and he saw you attack and kill, John Smith. And the guy will be like, yeah, I killed him. You're like, you're not even going to lie once? Really? Like a little bit? What the, okay. That was an easy one. Like, they just totally admit it. I feel like a lot of people either get proud that they kill somebody for some stupid reason, or they feel like they'll be able to get a lawyer to get them off, which is dumb if there's plenty of evidence, or they just are not smart, I guess, or what, maybe guilt gets to them, so they just confess right away. I don't know. Yeah, I feel really bad for women. Like, for men, it's bad anyway when you have a freaking killer out there, but it seems like serial killers very often freaking target women. It's like, what the hell is your damn problem? It's very often like sexually motivated. It's so gross. Yeah, Dahmer was just... Yeah, there's no... Dahmer was just broken. Like, permanently broken in his head. Gosh. I hate that kind of crap. I really wish that type of stuff didn't happen. You wonder, too... I mean, historically speaking, there were people who were serial killers and stuff too, right? Like, you had like the, Jack the Ripper and stuff, right? It makes me wonder if we could somehow, after someone has experienced a trauma, I don't know about require, I don't know, I don't like legally forcing somebody. But maybe, for the good of society, maybe, I don't know. You trample on rights. Anyway, my thought was just, it'd be nice if, after somebody experienced trauma, if we could get them somehow immediately into psychological help and start working through the crap so it didn't break their brain over time. Or if it already broke their brain, that we could help repair the damage in their brain, right? It's just way too many things happen where somebody gets psychologically busted. I mean, it would help if we didn't have wars all the damn time, too, of course. Yeah, but nowadays, unless they restrict them, of course, like in Australia they tend to do, right? But as long as you have access to a gun, that's why they call it the Great Equalizer, right? As long as you have access to a gun and are trained in its use, the danger is much lower. I mean, it's obviously still physically you might be weaker, but a gun could kill a very large muscular man, and it could kill like a friggin' mouse. It doesn't matter what size your enemy is, you can kill him with a gun. At least slow them down and be able to get away, if not kill them if you need to. So, I don't know. That's the main reason, honestly, I'm opposed to gun control. I don't know. There are two reasons, okay? No, sorry. There are three reasons I'm opposed to gun control. Okay. First reason. There's the very rare, but still possible, circumstance where your government might decide to try to basically become a tyranny. If that's the case, you should be able to defend yourself to try to prevent the tyranny. But that's not very common, right? Obviously, that's super rare. But it could happen, right? We're seeing actually kind of that a lot in the United States these days, actually. Okay, then you have number two, hunting. If there's some kind of a natural disaster or something, and food is really hard to come by, like store food and stuff, I would want people to be able to go out and find food, like kill animals if they need to survive. I mean, hopefully they'd have a garden and stuff. But if push came to shove, I'd want them to be able to survive still by hunting, right? I don't believe in like sport hunting. I don't like that. I think that's just mean. But I do think you should be able to hunt for survival, for example. And then I think for personal protection, like if you're going down the street or something, you should be able to carry like a pistol or something with you, so that you can protect yourself, right? So anyway, those are my opinions. Obviously, I just feel that way. I obviously am in favor of people in government who support the right to have arms, but I mean, you know. Yeah, good point, Siluel. Yeah, that's definitely true, right? Plus, a serial killer doesn't suddenly, or not a serial killer even, just a general killer, doesn't suddenly change their brain just because they happen to confess to a killing, right? So if they are somebody with rage issues and they figure, I'll just kill again or whatever anyway, if they go to prison, that's not necessarily a bad thing for them, because they might be able to shank somebody in prison or something, right? So there's that, yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, and I don't have a problem with shooting like skeet shooting and stuff like that. I just the thing with animals, right? Sport hunting, I have a problem with that because animals have their natural like ability to defend themselves or to attack or something, but animals don't understand what's going on. So you're basically taking somebody that's not defenseless, it depends on the animal, but you're taking a creature that doesn't know there's danger, really, but there's a definite danger and they don't even know to like run away or something half the time. Some do naturally, like deer and stuff, right? You have the RK types of animals. R animals are the ones that breed a lot, but generally are not confrontational and they like flee away from situations most of the time. And then you have the K animals, which are the hunters. They don't breed all that much, but they tend to be closer to the top of the food chain. Anyway. Yeah, exactly. That's definitely true. Not just serial killers though, also, right? Like if you're a gang member, you may not be a serial killer, at least in the sense of typical use of serial killer. Like you may have killed multiple people, but you may not be like, they need to be this type of person. I kill them in this way, right? They just kill in general for gang stuff or whatever. Anyway, so like if you're that type of a criminal also, then there's the whole, like you said, like the notoriety or the credit or the prestige among their gang that they were willing to pop so and so, right? I offed this person, therefore they're going to look at me and think I'm awesome, kind of a thing, right? There's that too, unfortunately, in that culture, depending on the gang, of course. So there's that to a point, I think, also. So we're going to analyze the glass, right? So I guess we're going back to the station. I think that's right.
I don't need to do that.
Oh, am I just going directly for like some kind of a dusting kit? Which would be over here then, I guess, right? Well, maybe. Actually, I don't know. But it might be. They have the laminator over here is the thing, but they might, I think, no, they do. Yeah, yeah. This thing over here on the left is where they do stuff for fingerprints, right? I think. Okay, so now don't want to laminate something, obviously. This?
This is used to lift fingerprints.
Oh. Do I need to... Maybe I just need to grab this first?
This is used to lift fingerprints.
Right, I don't... Okay, I've got the thing for fingerprints. Here.
This is used to lift fingerprints.
We get it, but I don't understand what I'm missing.
This is used to lift fingerprints.
Okay, we get it.
This is used to lift... This is used... This is... This is...
Where am I supposed to put it, then?
That won't work.
Yeah, it's a laminator. See, that's the thing. I don't understand... Whoops.
This is used to lift This is used... This is used... This is...
Okay,
This is...
what the
this
frick? It's used to lift fingerprints. Why can I not use the kit? That's the whole point of having the bottle, right? What the crap? I don't see any instructions here or something that I'm missing. I'm so confused why I can't.
This is used to lift fingerprints.
Great. Oh, maybe I do. No. Because this thing is to combine. What am I going to combine it with the card? No. So, I'm confused how I do this. Can I just maybe set it somewhere? It's not letting me set it really anywhere, though. Oh my goodness, what? That's just the paper cutter.
It's a paper cutter.
Where's... It's just that station. What the frick? How do I not... How can I not use that right now? Do I need to come over here for some stupid reason? Maybe I need to fill out a form first? I don't know what's happening. All of this whole thing is the same. Yeah, how... Now she give me this view again. What the... You have to talk to Chief again? I need permission to get fingerprints from it or something stupid?
I really don't want to talk to him right now.
Okay, so what the... Give me some way of pulling the fingerprints. What the crapping? Yeah, maybe. Let's try that. I mean, that doesn't make sense that you would talk to the coroner after you brought something back with fingerprints, but it is a good call that maybe that's what I need to do. We'll see. Oh. Maybe. Although earlier I put stuff... Oh, it was film though. Anyway, I just assumed the evidence shoot would take it down to her here, but maybe not. But I tried the evidence shoot and she said, like, I don't need to do that now or whatever, so... Don't know.
Hi, Claire.
Hey,
Can you check this bottle out for prints and compare them to the partials you got on victims 4 and 5? I don't think we'll hit anything, but I'm curious.
curiosity killed the cat.
But a cat has 9 lives.
Let's stop the cliches before someone gets shot. Can you at least extract the prints for me? Once extracted, the computer can compare the partials.
Sure. Remind me where the stuff is?
The powder's upstairs on my desk near the plastifying machine, along with the brush and lifting tape. When you're done, just give me the print and I'll handle the rest down here.
Okay, I'll be right back.
We had to come down here to ask her to do it so that she could tell us we need to do it so we can go back upstairs. Game, I swear. Sometimes. Alright. I would be a little nervous every time that elevator door opened now, given that the killer has come down here. So, yeah, they should take a DNA sample. And I wasn't thinking about the DNA sample. I was only thinking about the prints, but that's a good call, yeah. They should take the DNA sample after they have the DNA, because the DNA otherwise could be contaminated, right? So you take the DNA sample first, then you would run the prints. That's right. I mean, I don't know if that's right. You would know. I'm just saying that sounds right. Sounds logical to me. All right, we want to do some of this. Put it there. We'll dust it like that. And rotate. And do this again.
I can't just use the brush.
No. Okay.
I can't use that here.
All right, what else? This.
I don't need more powder. I can't just use the brush.
Okay, so what do we? If we're not using the tape, what else are we using? Maybe I have to put this back, and then this, and then I combine them in my inventory. I guess it's a bit of a clunky way to do it, but maybe. No, we didn't even keep. What is happening? I'm so confused right now. What in the? We don't have any. Seriously?
I can't use that here.
I don't. Oh, this maybe?
I can't use that here.
I already used the powder with the brush. What else?
I can't use that here. I can't use that here.
Maybe I just do the powder and then give it to her. She did say kind of effectively get it started and then I'll take a look. So that might be what's happened. I don't know for sure, but we'll see.
I don't need to do that.
Let's go back down now, maybe. We'll see. You would think they'd have something like a front desk or something for the police department, though, right? That people would have to go through before going anywhere else. So you would assume that they would have to go past the front desk guy before going into the rest of the police department, but I don't know, maybe not.
Where's the equipment for lifting the prints again?
Oh my gosh, really? So what am I not doing right? What else do I need? I can't use the pad to try to lift the fingerprints, so won't let me use that on the bottle, so I don't understand. It's just the paper cutter over there, right? Nothing else? Yeah.
I can't use that here.
Hang on. Bring that into my inventory, okay. Now.
I can't use that here.
Okay, stop. But I have to line up the prints. Like, how?
I can't use that here. 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 I can't use that here.
So I don't understand what you mean by lining up the
I
prints.
can't use that
because
here.
I'm slightly turning it for
I
possible
can't use that here.
different alignment, and it's not.
I can't use that here. I can't use that here.
Apparently not, or I'm not doing it right.
I can't
That's
use that
possible
here.
too, of course. Well, obviously I'm not doing it right.
I can't
whatever
use
it
that
is.
here.
But,
I can't use that here. I can't use that here.
hang on.
I can't use that here.
So I think I have to get it like started or something, but I don't know. Is there tape or something? I use this on
A
this.
plastifier. This little machine can be very practical. A plastifier.
Okay.
A plast.
I don't know. Yeah. This one here, right, is really clear.
I can't use that here.
That's the same as the other, okay. Something like this should not be a puzzle. Something like this should be fairly straightforward if you're an actual detective. You should just kind of know. Right? You should presumably, if you're at the detective level, presumably you will have been trained on this at some point, right? I would guess. I don't know what the requirements for being a detective are. Maybe that's not the case.
This is gray powder, useful for finding latent prints. I can't use that here. That won't work. I don't need more powder. I can't just use the brush.
Grab it.
I don't need more powder. I
Excellent.
can't just use the brush. I can't use that here. A plastifier. This little machine can be very... I can't just use the brush. A plastifier.
Stop.
I don't need more...
Hey, stop. What the frick?
This is gray powder.
Okay, we get it. Start over, kind of. Okay. Take the lid off. Take the brush.
I don't need more powder.
Okay. Brush it on there. Get more.
I
Brush
can't
it on
just
there.
use the brush.
No more. Grab this.
I can't
Put it
use
on
that
there.
here. I can't use that here.
Yeah, powder applied to the bottle. Oh, do I need to...
I can't just use the brush. I can't just use the brush. I can't just use the brush. I don't need more powder.
You got powder. Got the brush.
I can't just use the
Says
brush.
Can't just use the brush.
I can't just use the brush.
What the frick? It's like,
I can't just
okay, we
use the
get it.
brush.
You can't use the brush. We got it. Prints are on the bottle. Yep. Prints on the bottle right now. Select. Put this away. When your interface is difficult,
I can't use that here. I can't use that here. can't use that here. I can't use that here.
I don't know where else.
That won't work. I can't use that here. I can't use that here. I can't use that here.
Yeah, that's the print.
This will do nicely for prints.
So I can't use the very clear print. I have to use the less clear print. I have to do it again for each one.
I don't need more powder. That won't work. That won't work.
So I need to basically to have this magnifying glass, I guess.
That won't work. That won't work.
So just that one.
That won't work. I don't need that.
I think we've already done it. I mean, I guess one print, but yeah, one print of all of those. The one that's a lot clearer, can't use it. The one that's less clear, sure. Okay. Maybe the other one was too smudged. Maybe it was like, had the bright spot was where the guy's finger slid or something. Maybe that's why. Ah. Alright. So, I think I slide this down the evidence chute now. Yeah, so the problem, Monmouth, is I tried doing that. As soon as I turn off anti-aliasing, then I can't see the window anymore. Well, in my case, at least with OBS, it didn't like it when I tried turning off anti-aliasing. Suddenly, it was just a black window, even if I manually clicked back off and stuff. So, I don't know. Sorry, it's not the end of the world, I suppose, right? I mean, I've had worse in games.
I don't need to do that.
With games. Oh, am I taking it directly to Claire? I guess. Yeah, and it doesn't happen all the time. Like I said, it's usually when there are layers done in a certain way, which is a little strange because you would think that you don't have to. It would be like layers all the time. But apparently, I think some layers are done in such a way that anti-aliasing struggles or something. Well, and strict not on the stream or afterward, like the live stream that's on YouTube. If I were going to save these, like kind of reprocess them myself for storage later, which I will at some point, I could always fix the flicker to a point, right? I'll find one of the frames where, for example, the dialogue is displayed, and I'll take as like an image grab of just that one part that is fine, and then I'll do that as an overlay in the exact same positioning, so long as that dialogue line is up. Show that kind of a thing. So there's that. Now the animation of the people moving, like Claire moving and stuff, be more difficult, right? I have to do frame, 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 frame. That's too much probably. So I don't know. Whatever's fine, I guess, though, right? This. Talk to her first.
I'm all done with the prints.
I'll have the results soon. Where are you off to now?
Back to my dad's. I've got some reading to do.
Well, okay. I'll call you if I get something.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Although it does look like in the flicker on that one, the table was what was flickering in and out, revealing her legs behind the table in a lower layer. So I could actually probably just take a freeze of the table since the table doesn't move. Anyway, there's a way to do it. I don't know if it's worth it or not in the long run for something that I'll just store and then maybe upload if these get corrupted or something online. I don't know. Probably not worth it. So back up to our desk, right? Honestly, I was only half paying attention to that last part of the conversation, so I might be going to the wrong place. I don't know. Yeah, I'm enjoying it enough. I don't know that it's. I said people who have something like epilepsy. Oh, go back to Daddy's. Okay, thanks. Since I said I wasn't paying attention, I was like, wait, what? I don't know what I need to do. Yeah. If somebody had epilepsy, I would obviously feel bad because the flicker might bother them. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but I would assume any flickering could have a bad effect on them, but I don't know for sure. I know stuff like strobe lights or flashing effects on the screen normally. Since this is a flickering because of an overlay problem, I assume it's a similar effect, similar enough that it would have a negative effect on them, but I don't know for sure. I should probably actually, now that I think about it, I should probably put a disclaimer on my videos, maybe like for this series, have like an epileptic sufferer's warning or epilepsy sufferer's warning or something like that. Yeah,
Hey, sweetheart.
Hi, Dad.
that's what
When
I'm
do you
saying.
think you can do those cookies?
Oh, geez. Sorry, Dad, I forgot. I have time now.
Oh, it's okay.
It's not a problem, Dad. A promise is a promise.
All right, so to the kitchen to do cookies. Of course, I don't remember. I don't know how old your daughter is now, Fofox. I don't know if you'd want her to watch something like this anyway, necessarily. Depending on how old she is now. She's in her teens at least, though, right? Now? So, I don't know. Oh. Doing the cookies is a puzzle? Great. Right, but it's meaning laughable, meaning it's super easy. Because if it's not super easy, I'm not sure if I still am kind of annoyed if it's I think I had to do this last time to be able to keep that. Okay, let me. This is the one. Oh, but it's obviously too big right now. Give me 1 second here. What? Oh, this is yeah. Okay, and then pull that all the way over there to there. All right, and then now if I'm going to do this as a that I want to do. Let's see. I thought I had. Maybe not. Okay, let's do this. Window capture. Hours say recipe. Okay. Sure. Just leave it, I guess. Put it here. And like, geez, I don't know if you guys can see that very well. We'll be able to see it once it's up again. Let me do that now. Can you guys read that in that bottom left corner? Is that readable or is it not? Is that a problem still? I'm also not sure. I can move it up. Actually, we'll temporarily do this. I'll put it up where my webcam stuff is so that it's a little bit out of the... Like that. How's that? Is that reasonable? Can you see that now? Okay. All right. Let's try this. Can't quite make it out. I could increase it a little bit. Let's see. If I back out of here, what all the table do you need to see? Oh, so you have plenty of the... Okay, so actually what I would want to do is move it over here instead. Okay, hang on. Move it over here. Here, if I can get my mouse pointer to move. Move it over here. And I can actually make it a little bit bigger like that. It'll cover some of the ingredients, kind of, but I think not fully. So how's that? Is that decent now? Oh, you know what else we could do? One sec. One more thing we can do is I can actually hide the strip, right? This, right? No, that's not what I want. Status bar? That's fine. Can I just close this? Well, let's do this. Oops. How's that gonna work? Wait, one sec. Here, we'll do this for a second. Just so that I can do this for a moment. Okay, so I'm here. I will. I think I used, no, I want this one. Okay, I think I used the, no, shift, right? Come on, okay, shift. No, not shift. Alt. There we go. Now I can pull it up. That's good like that. All right, we'll leave it like that. Hopefully that'll be good enough. Put this back over here so it's... All right. Let me know if it ends up still being a problem, but I think we're good. So you can see, so this right here, just underneath, this is flour. Everything else, oh, sorry. This here is brown sugar. There's a bag just above the eggs. So brown sugar here, flour here, and then you can see everything else. So, all right. So now I'm supposed to do 1 cup of love. Oh! it's so beautimous and stuff. Are you kidding me right now? Wow. Is that actually the one we're supposed to do then? Wow. Okay. All right. What would be love? Let me see. I mean, if we're going with normal ingredients, it's gonna be a cup of flour. I don't know why that's love, but okay, that's 1 cup of flour. Because you give a flower to someone you love. I see. All right. I think I am starting to understand now. Sweetness is sugar. Okay. So is this cinnamon, ginger, all right. Integrity, common sense. Cream together. Generosity, sweetness, and love. Faux Fox is in love with it. So that's butter, huh? Okay. Okay. You want more flour than the other stuff, so it's going to be 2 cups. So commitment must be flour. There's no way you only want, like, you want 2 cups of milk and 1 cup of flour. That thing would be so soupy it wouldn't work at all. Okay. So 2 cups of flour. Half a cup, I'm going to say, I think. You're creaming, so you want... Yeah, so 1 cup of milk. If you're creaming. And then a half cup of butter, I think, right? That's also part of creaming, typically. Okay. Yeah, I'm going off of normal baking proportions plus clues, so hints to try to figure it out, right? So you cream together those. Okay, so put this back. Do I have to show this first? Okay, it's cream. Okay. A recipe to virgin souls. All right. To give him devotion, simply sift together commitment, sensuality, and romance. I gotta start over. I'm not supposed to be using commitment yet. I'm creaming. So I have to use wet ingredients. I'm dumb. Okay. Yep, so 1 cup of milk. Let's do that again. 1 cup of milk. Okay. Put that away. Half cup butter. Okay. Wait, what just happened? No. Half cup of butter. Okay. Gosh. Okay. Did I even put the milk in? I'm not paying enough attention, apparently. Okay, hang on. One more time. Frick. Okay. Cup. Milk. In. Back. Half cup. Butter. In. Back. All right, and then what is the other one we're doing? So generosity, love, and sweetness. So sugar, yeah. I'm an idiot. I wasn't paying attention to the switch or whatever. Okay. So that, I mean, it's brown sugar, but it just says sugar. There's not brown sugar somewhere in there, right? So I guess we just use this. So sugar. Right? And that's cup of sweetness. Alright. So now we cream this. Alright. Sift. Where's my sifter? Oh, here. What? That's the trash! I'm not liking this puzzle anymore. Okay. Freaking. Cup of milk. Cup of sugar. Jesus Priest. Alright. Half cup butter. Where's my sifting stuff? I don't understand where my sifting is. I have no sifting equipment here. That's bake it. I'm pretty sure, right? Picture of an oven. What else could it be? I don't know what to sift. Sift together. Commitment? It says in a bowl. Okay, so I need a bowl from somewhere. I guess I have to go get... Oh, frickin' stop. Okay, where's... Where's a bowl? Because there's the mixing bowl, but that's before that. It says I need... What in the hell? Look, the very first thing, in a bowl, right? Cream that together. But then it says sift. So I have to have sifting separate. No. It was funny. I was just like, what the frick? Okay, so I need a bowl for the creamed stuff. I need a sifter. Plus probably doing it separately. Because it says blend devotion, so you blend after the fact. So don't I need a separate bowl? But I can't grab anything that's hanging here like a pot or anything. Maybe I just add them anyway? That doesn't really fit the instruction. Yeah, but my problem is, Faux Fox, I don't know what bowl. When I go here, I have this. I don't know what other bowl I have. This is trash, this is bake, right? So I don't know where else, I don't know what bowl I have. That's the problem. Because I set one to the side. Normally, if you're doing this, right, you have one bowl with your dry ingredients. You have one bowl with your wet ingredients. After you do whatever you're doing, in this case, you cream the wet ingredients together and you sift the dry ingredients together. Then you combine. I need a separate container to be able to sift or something. What if there's a bowl in here? I do not see one. So yeah, I need that later also. How is there not like a bowl right close by to use?
Ah, Chianti Classico.
Okay, yeah, we don't care that you love your alcohol. Didn't think there'd be anything over there. And apparently we can't go behind the counter here at all. So we're not going to find a bowl there. Don't find a bowl in the dining room. Don't find a bowl in the kitchen. I'm not sure where I'm going to be finding a bowl. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, where's the sifter? Where's the bowl? I don't know where any of this crap is. And when I hover over cupboards and stuff, I don't get any interaction to open them to look for something in one of them. So I don't understand what I do to get hold of Is that just that's at the table again. Okay, I'm not going to bother with the sifting. I'm just going to put them in the order they say, and we'll just see if it does something, because I don't friggin' know. Okay, so cup of love, cup of, what did we decide? Sweetness. Yeah, sugar, that's right. We'll just add them and we'll see. Maybe they just do their magic in here, which is not how you would actually do the cooking, but whatever. We'll pretend like it's a thing. They have it written like you would do cooking, but they don't present it in the order with, and then give you the tools as if you would do it. So cream that first. Yeah, I can't grab what's in there out either to put it in like over here or something. So I guess we just whatever. Okay. So sift together commitment, sensuality, and romance. So commitment, I think, is flour. 2 cups of that. Okay. Sensuality and romance. Teaspoon of sensuality, tablespoon of romance. So that's going to be ginger and cinnamon. Ginger, I think, is sensuality. Or no. Yeah. I think ginger is sensuality because it's like an aphrodisiac or something like that, isn't it? Maybe not. And you have a pancake. Ah. Yeah, I don't know. This actually looks, this does kind of look like a mixer, but it looks like a bread mixer, not a standard mixer. This is like a bread machine. Not, this is that, because this is, it rotates and kneads the dough. It doesn't mix it, it kneads it, right? I don't think this is a mixer. They're acting like it is. This is a bread mixer. Well, I guess that's technically a mixer. It's a bread mixer, though. I think it kneads the dough. Anyway, so commitments we did, sensuality and romance. Yeah, I feel like cinnamon is romantic and ginger is sensuality. I could be wrong. So, okay, let's do... So a teaspoon of sensuality. So the smaller of these two, teaspoon of sensuality. It's gingerbread men, so you want that, but ginger is a strong herb. You don't want to use too much ginger. Ginger gets strong really fast. And then cinnamon, which is a tablespoon, right? Yeah. When you eat gingerbread men, it tastes a little bit like ginger, but it's not heavy, right? It's not like you're chomping into a whatever you call it, like a piece of ginger, right? So, okay. So, we have commitment, the flower, sensuality, ginger, romance, blend devotion to his sweetheart. So now we put this away and do this again. Okay. Finally, add intelligence. The frick? Where's intelligence? Oh, a mix of common sense and integrity. Okay. One common sense, would that be an egg? I suppose. Everything else is an amount, but that's a single item. So it must be one egg. Okay, one egg. And integrity. Half a cup of integrity. Is that molasses? Because physical integrity, it helps bring things together. That's probably what it is. It's a half a cup. They use a water pouring sound. Cinnamon for romance. Ginger for sensuality. Is what I'm thinking. Do you think that's wrong? Because ginger's kind of like an aphrodisiac, right? I mean, rumored to be or whatever, I think. I think I've heard that somewhere. I don't know if I believe it, but I think I've heard that, so... Well, we already did butter, though. So butter could be either generosity or integrity. Do you think it's integrity, then? Feels like, though, we're doing the first ingredients you would do if you're creaming stuff together. Because it says you want to cream together generosity, sweetness, and love. I assume that means milk, sugar, and butter, right? Okay, anyway, so we just did half cut. Okay, so common sense and integrity. We'll try this. If this fails, I guess we could try again. I don't know. Common sense and integrity. Beat it with the rest to make your perfect man. So corny. Give him a form and place in the oven. Remember not to overcook. Alright. That's molasses. I don't want that. I want the sheet. Okay, maybe do I just say oven then at this point?
No, this doesn't taste right.
Great. Okay, so maybe we'll do the other instead. Will be butter at the end. So then we do maple initially. Use maple and cream. I guess, I mean, you're doing butter. I don't know. No, it does, but there are 2 half cups. I just apparently did the wrong one or something. So, okay. Cream together generosity, sweetness, and love. Okay. So, I can think a cup of sweetness is sugar, probably, right? Cup of love. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Okay, sweetness, love, and then generosity. Let's say generosity instead is molasses. Doesn't seem right because you're creaming it. You cream stuff with butter. Like, that's always what you do with butter, but... Oh, maybe that's it. Yeah, sweetness might be molasses. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so we're going to do... Okay, so we want a cup of milk. Yeah, maybe we're doing molasses in this particular case, like no foxes. Maybe that's why, because molasses is also sweet. It's like basically kind of sugar, effectively. So maybe that's why. So 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of sweetness, half a cup of generosity would be butter. I'm still thinking because you cream with butter, yeah. Let's do that. Okay. Two cups of commitment. I still say 2 cups has to be flour. There's no way that's going to stand up to any kind of thickness if there's not enough flour in it, right? But maybe flour, maybe you don't use as much flour because of the other. That's a lot of liquid, though. Butter effectively works like a liquid when it's blended like that. So you've got, I mean, it's creamy. We don't use as much flour, though. You use a lot of flour if you're doing something like a cake. With a cookie, I think maybe you do less flour. You would think with a cookie even, no, well, with a cookie, flour is usually about even with the level of the other stuff. It's not, with something like cake, it'd be like twice as much. With something like a cookie, it's like roughly even, maybe a little bit more. But like, so if you had like a cup of milk, you'd have maybe like a cup and a half of flour. Whereas if you're doing a cake, you do a cup of milk, you might do like 2, 2.5, even 3 cups of flour, maybe. 3 is way too much. You'd never do 3. You do like 2 cups of flour. I don't know. Okay, so commitment, sensuality, and romance. Yeah, I mean, let's just go with it. Okay, so 2 cups of commitment for flour. We'll try that again. We did switch something, right? We did molasses instead of sugar initially. So that could be it. So 2 cups of commitment, sensuality, and romance. Yeah. Could be the reverse, too. Let's stick with the same, and then maybe we'll swap ginger and cinnamon if that's wrong. But I still feel like, well, we'll see. Okay, do that with ginger. This with cinnamon. But like I said, it might be the opposite. on that as well. So we'll try this. If it's still wrong, we'll keep this, except we'll swap ginger and cinnamon. Okay. Do that again. Common sense and integrity. Common sense, gonna be an egg. And integrity is a half a cup. Okay. Now let's try it and see.
No, this doesn't taste right.
I hate this puzzle. Okay. Hentai, yeah. Well, no, I don't think so. It's not. It's TI, not TAI. So I think that's wrong. That is funny though. Hentai molasses. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're probably right. All right, so let's do one more time. This. And cup of sweetness, brown sugar. And a half cup of butter. Commitment, sensuality, romance. 2 cups of flour. Okay, so we're going to do a teaspoon of cinnamon. And a tablespoon of ginger. And that can be too, because it's only a tablespoon. We're not doing like a cup of ginger or something, so it's not like we would overdo. So it might be. Cinnamon's powerful, but ginger's really powerful too. But yeah, you're right. Okay, and then I think that's the next step, so we blend again, right? Do. Come on, sensuality, romance. Yep. Okay, and then finally add intelligence, common sense, and integrity. So 1 common sense egg. And then integrity. Yeah, I'm thinking integrity makes more sense with molasses anyway, because molasses is more of a... It's viscous, so it would tend to kind of combine things, right? Half a cup.
This tastes right.
Yep.
Dad, the cookies are in the oven.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the help. I would have figured it out eventually, but I mean, it would take probably a few more attempts at least. Okay. I guess let's go talk to Dad. That was quick, really? Took me like 3...
Don't forget the cookies, Dad.
3 or 4
I
attempts,
won't,
think.
sweetheart.
So are we going to go back upstairs and continue reading our... yeah, right. I guess we're going to continue reading about the murder upstairs or something? I don't know, but... Wait, or maybe not. Oh, there we go. Well, like I said, I mean, I live alone, so I have to learn how to cook stuff, at least to a point, right? So I learn these things over time. And yeah, I mean, anytime I've ever cooked stuff like that. Yeah, anyway. Wait, not his office. My room is on the right, correct? That's my room. There we go.
poor kid was badly scarred. The killer stabbed her 7 times before she finally escaped to the streets.
Jeez.
Otakar's boy Roman found her and brought her here. She's only 16, for God's sake. I promised her that I'd help her in any way I could if she would help me find the killer. So she opened up and told me her story. Can I keep this?
Yes.
I'm Gustav McPherson. I'm a private eye hired to help find and arrest the person who attacked you.
I'm Vladana Tominova. I haven't said that in a long time. I'm usually just Vladana.
Do you feel up to a few questions? I can always come back later.
No, that's okay. You can ask me questions if you wish, but I'm afraid I won't be much help.
Freak, that poor girl. Hey! CE, stop spamming! FR, stop spamming. I'm going to ban both of you. Knock it off. Same thing, Outlaw. You frizzer. Get the hell off of my channel now. We probably don't need this anymore. Yep. Well, I know who to go back and report now. Alright. Man, there's that flicker still. Okay.
Besides the sketch you gave me, can you describe your attacker with a little more detail?
The top hat was black, and so was his cloak. The mask was silver white. It had motifs on it, but nothing I can describe accurately.
No timer on the oven. She told her dad to look for to watch for him though. Of course, she could have just set a timer on the oven. I don't know. I don't know how that works so well. Sorry.
When were you attacked?
About 2 months ago.
Is there going to be evidence still around to find? Man, 2 months ago, he really did a number on her. Look at how she's still got like the shiner and stuff.
Where did it happen?
It happened near the park. I was coming back from Mark's studio, and
Take your time.
it was very foggy that evening. I heard someone walking in front of me. I could hear his footsteps getting closer and closer. I stopped when I suddenly saw a silhouette appear behind the fog. A man in a top hat wearing a dark cloak was standing in front of me. I froze. I couldn't move. I was absolutely terrified.
In fact, give me 1 sec here. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna clear out the spam so it's not even on YouTube or anything anymore. Okay, there we go. No more of their garbage. Sorry about that, guys. Some people are just stupid online. Okay,
What happened next?
He approached slowly. I noticed that he was wearing a mask when he walked out of the fog. He looked like death itself. I hadn't noticed how close he had come to me. He took a swift swing at me. As he did, I let out a scream. At first I thought he had missed me, but then I noticed the metallic taste in my mouth. I put my hand to my face and looked at it. It was full of blood. Then I felt a cold sensation in my chest, followed by a sharp pain. Then another. Then another. I screamed what seemed to be my last breath. I fainted after that. I woke up in here. He'd stabbed me over and over. It's a miracle I'm still alive.
she's a good voice actress. Like I mean, not just the description, but then with her voice saying it too, kind of with a little bit of a quiver. I can almost picture it happening.
How did you end up here in this joint?
Roman found me. He was the one who scared off the killer. He heard me screaming, so he ran in the direction of the commotion. I don't know much about that. You should ask him.
You mentioned earlier that you left Mark's place the night you were attacked. Who's Mark?
Mark is a local artist. Most of the girls know him. I think he's painted all of us at least once.
Yeah. Yeah, seeing somebody you know like that, that's... Unless you're making a reference I don't understand, so well, that is very possible. I'm a fogey, keep in mind, I got white in my goatee, so if you're making a reference I don't understand, but otherwise, like earlier the girls did see their, one of their colleagues, I don't know if they were friends or not, but one of their colleagues, another one of the girls, floating in the canal.
Was Mark acting strange that night, or was it business as usual?
Everything was fine until Inspector Skalnick showed up.
Inspector Skalnick talked to Mark. What did they talk about?
I didn't really pay attention to what they were saying, but they were arguing about something. When Skalnick left, Mark told me to get dressed and leave. He told me he wasn't feeling well enough to continue.
Was he angry?
He was, but he made a good effort not to show it. So I left quietly without saying a word besides good night.
In general, Mark was always nice.
Yes, always cordial, very polite and well-behaved. He would give us double what we charge a client for the time we spent posing. It was a lot better work, let me tell you. I only posed for him once, and I wish I could do it again.
Where can I find Mark?
His studio is in front of the canal near the old wall.
Well, thanks for answering my pesky questions.
You're welcome.
Take care of yourself, Ledena.
And you be careful, too.
Thanks, I will.
Hopefully. Hopefully he doesn't get himself killed. 4? I wonder if that means we're in, like, part 4 or chapter 4 or something. Okay. I thought you were referring to something with a canal, but I didn't know it was... That's right. You're right. I forgot about that. Silhouette. Okay, I got it. Yeah. I mean... So, he was scared after seeing the floating face? Right, that's right. The Dapper Drowner. At first, when I read that, I thought he said the Dapper Downer, and I was like, what? Then I was like, wait, Drowner. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, okay, got it. So I leave, but... Am I going to have to go out and, like, not get eaten by the dog again? Like, make a run for it or something? These guys, with their playing around, and then the chain broke because they were not smart enough or whatever. Is she? Sorry about the flicker, man. Okay. Oh, I guess they took care of the dog. That's good.
I see you've solved the dog problem.
Yeah. He's a very good, but very dangerous dog.
What is this place exactly?
This is our inheritance. Great, isn't it? Peter and me took care of this place after our father died.
I see what you're talking about. So, girl might have been terrified, but not as much as Dapper Drowner after seeing floating face, because you were seeing the flicker, and so you were only seeing the girl's face, right? I think that's what you're saying, right? Yeah, sorry about that, man. I don't. The flicker is just like an irregular thing. Happens and it doesn't. Then it happens and it doesn't.
How'd you get mixed up with a guy like Otakar, if you don't mind my asking?
When we were younger, Peter and me had a small operation going. Petty theft was our main business. This place is perfect to hide stolen goods. Anyways, Peter and me would get arrested from time to time. Suffice it to say, the thieving wasn't going good. We're not exactly good at blending into the crowd.
Did you guys ever wear masks?
Masks?
Yeah, to cover your face, to hide your identity.
No, we never did. Now, why didn't I think of that?
Because you're not.
Masks, huh?
I'm sorry I interrupted you. So how'd you hook up with Otakar?
Oh, yeah, well, we decided to work for him because our business wasn't going well and we needed money. Masks. We should have worn masks.
And?
So, Otakar offered to pay us good money to protect certain investments he had in the neighborhood. And that's pretty much it.
Did you ever think of doing something else?
Well, yeah, of course. No one wants to do what we do. We do it because we have no other choice. What I really wanted to do is open up a club. Not a joint, but a classy place, like I seen in pictures of New York.
Ah, I know what you mean. Huge classy joints where you have a host at the door that escorts you to a table and lots of different acts on stage from across the country.
Yeah. Also, a small orchestra that plays jazz music.
Well, you never know. It could happen, right?
I would doubt it.
Yeah, who am I kidding? It's a dream itself just getting into one of them. Well, it was nice meeting you, Roman. I hope our paths cross again.
It was nice to meet you too. And, thanks for getting me out of jail.
Think nothing of it.
And I guess that's it, right? Then we're leaving, I'm assuming, right? At this point? Guessing there's nothing else to find in here. Going back in here would probably just go back to talk to LaDonna again, but we don't need to do that right now, so... He put him under the box, the poor dog. The dog's like, I don't like this box. Somebody let me out, now. Real classy, like, yeah, real classy, like, yeah. Exactly. So what we're gonna do, see, is we're gonna get all classy like. We're gonna get some goils. Do I want to go back up here? This is just operate the crane. There was nothing over that way. Do I examine this? What would I examine here?
Maybe I can build some bookshelves with those.
Yeah, this is like the late 20s, like 29, I think. I think it's right after I think it's right as the Great Depression started.
Is that Big Bertha? Is that Big Bertha?
Oh, all of this is?
Is that Big Bertha?
Get it.
Is that?
Okay, same thing. Go up here one more time. I don't think there's going to be anything up here, but just in case. What? The dog just ran by because I went up here. What the frick? Glitch. See the dog? There's no dog. That's funny. Alright, let's go this way. I don't think there's anything else.
What's the name of the boat? The Pequod.
Okay, I guess we'll talk to him and then leave. It doesn't look like anything else except for his fascination with the Moby Dick boat, the Pequod, I guess.
Hi, Peter.
Hi! Seems you got away from raw meat.
That's the dog's name.
Do you scare your new friends like that all the time?
I'm sorry for what happened. The chain doesn't usually break. It was funny to see your face, though. I always do the same gag to the new guys.
What do you do for Otakar besides roughing people up?
I hurt people that Autocar doesn't like I did to you.
Yes, well, that's what I meant. Besides hurting people, what do you do for them?
No besides, I just hurt them. You're not very quick. But you make me laugh.
Okay, I guess that's my cue, Peter. I'll leave you to your hurting people. But I think you should cut down on the raw meat gag. I need a new pair of shorts.
Oh, that reminds me. I have to fix the chain.
Yeah. Dog meat, yeah. Alright, I think we're done in here. So we just go back to the car and then probably go to the canal. I guess that's where Vladana said Mike's place was by the canal, right? We'll probably go to the car and then get a map update, or else just go to the canal. Either way. Oh, I guess I do this, right? Not go to the car. Go to the where it's the star that goes means like use the map and go. Oh, here you go. So this actually isn't actually right by the canal. It kind of is. Oh, no, it is. The canal here. This little estuary where we're coming off of the canal. Not the river, but the canal. I got it. So we actually didn't find her by the canal, the body. We found her by the shoreline, I guess, of the river. Okay. The Ganges. Okay. So we enter this door. Don't go up the steps. We may just be going in that door then. And then, or leaving maybe. But probably, since this is close, we'll go in here first. Oh! Vision again. He's had a few of these. Jeez. That cannot be fun. Well, okay, that's a stupid way to say it. That cannot be something very easy to deal with, right? We get these flashes of murder scenes and stuff.
Yes?
Sorry about this. I knocked and the door opened, so I came in.
That's quite all right. And you are?
I'm Gus McPherson. I'm a private detective hired to help out with the local murders.
Really? A genuine private dick, and I can tell by your accent you're American, too. This adds so much to the authenticity of the stereotype. The name is Mark Ackerman. Pleased to meet you.
So it's got the ragtime or whatever music in the background, but it has the murder mystery creepy music in the foreground. That is... I feel like maybe there's something going on with Mark that we need to address. This is not good.
Likewise. Are you British?
No, I'm a Yank, just like you are. The accent is due to living in England throughout most of my childhood. You see, Daddy is an ambassador. I sort of picked it up along the way. I hardly notice it anymore.
Mark?
Yes.
Stay in your position, Apollina, please.
Yes, so he has a French model there waiting as well. Who is it? Kies is what she said. Yeah, the guy is a scum. Gus is the murderer? What?
Do you have time for a few questions?
For just a few, yes, of course. It's sort of exciting, this private detective stuff.
This was a while back, but do you remember when Inspector Skalnick came here to talk to you? Actually, according to rumor, you had an argument with him. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And do you mind telling me what it was about?
Not at all. He accused me of being, as you put it so eloquently earlier, the local problem.
He's supposed to be American, Gus, but he still, just like before, like we commented for some of the people in modern day in the game, they're Canadian accents. You're sticking with Gus as the murderer? Okay. Look, you got Robin correct. Does not mean that every time you throw out some wild speculation, you're automatically gonna... Just kidding. It's possible. He has flashbacks, so it could be flashbacks of his own doing. I kind of assumed it was flashbacks just generally as a detective. When he is involved in various cases, he'll have the flashbacks, and that will kind of help him maybe put some pieces together also. But if he were the killer, it could be flashbacks of his past activities, especially if he has something like split personality disorder. He won't realize if he's swapped, right? So yeah. I actually kind of feel like it's on purpose in this case, though. Like, so the way I envisioned it, Somni, was that the kind of the ragtime-ish music, or the yeah, it's more ragtime. It's not jazz. It's certainly not jazz. We're too early for that. Anyway, we'll say ragtime. So the ragtime music that's playing, I think that's supposed to be there to give you a sense of life is normal outside. Everybody's going about their typical charming, you know, Prague lives, and then like lives in Prague, and then the creepy music on top is layered on purpose, and they clash. Obviously, clearly, I think that's on purpose too. I feel like the creepy music, the mystery music on top, is there on purpose to show that although life outside still seems charming and pleasant, there are really bad things, and you're supposed to get a bad vibe with Mark. Now, whether that means Mark's the killer, I'm not saying that. I don't know that that's true. I'm just saying I feel like they did it on purpose. It's possible they didn't. I mean, the layering blinking thing is a weirdness that anti-aliasing apparently causes or something, but so not everything is obviously planned by them. But I'm just saying, I think in this case the music is planned, although I don't know for sure. I think it kind of works well doing it that way to give that impression. The music clearly does not go together, but I think that's the point. You create kind of this cacophonous blend, causing this tension kind of as an underlying current below the pleasantness the city normally provides. Yeah, I mean, I'm just guessing, but I think that's actually intentional. I don't think that's a mistake. Because I think we had the pleasant music at another point when we didn't have the dissonant, creepy music. And so I think that's kind of the idea, is the city outside is still fine, but in here and investigating the murder is not great, obviously. Yeah, he's clearly, I mean, it's very artistic. Clearly, he's a good artist. I like the pictures. I mean, some are a little more risque probably than I would just display on my wall or something, but I like, he does a good job. He does very good proportioning. The poses are well. Like, you have the kind of, oh, me? Are you really taking a picture of me pose? Like that kind of this feigning innocence on the left. and then the one right that he's sitting right in front of, she's kind of like more relaxed. Like after a long day, she's just kind of relaxing. They're very artistic poses, yeah. Sinister guy, yeah. He's sinister. Whether he's actually the murderer or involved with the murder is another matter, but yeah, he's definitely sinister, yeah, I think. Despite what Vladana said where he always treated her well, like was kind and cordial to her and stuff, I think that's true, but that's also a business tactic, right? I'm not saying like people who are who happen to be businessmen who are cordial are doing it as a tactic. I'm just saying that it is a known business tactic to be cordial and pleasant, so you'll get a better response from a prospective customer or sale or whatever, right? So
He accused you of being the killer.
Yes, can you believe the gall? I mean, really, me, a killer? It's totally preposterous.
Did he elaborate on his theory?
Not really. He only confronted me. He didn't present any proof or real evidence to support his allegations. I'm afraid you'll have to ask him about his little hypothesis.
Well, I mean, don't forget the first 48. He just would confess immediately is the assumption, right?
I'm sorry, but I have to ask this. Did you ever employ these women other than for modeling?
I was always professional, Mr. McPherson. I never touched those women.
Again, I apologize, but I have to ask these types of questions.
It's quite all right, I understand.
Marc, j'en ai marre!
Well, I believe that's my cue.
Yes, indeed. I must get back to work before... well, before.
Yes, I know. Thanks for answering my questions. Can I come back later, maybe when you're less busy?
Certainly. As I mentioned before, your best bet is to talk to Inspector Skalnick.
Well, again, my thanks.
You're quite welcome. And good luck.
I think we've determined before if I do this, it's the same thing as going here. But just in case, let me do this. Let's see. Yeah. An artist or a vampire. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this is, yep. This is where Otakar is. Interesting. So Mark's just down the street from Otakar. That probably is not good for Mark for some kind of defense because he's close by, so you would see the girls all the time. Okay, so the police station was there, yeah. So let's go there. Talk to Skalnick, assuming he's here, unless he's still down by the river. That's not Skalnick, I don't think. I mean, yeah, I don't think that's Skalnick. Skalnick's the detective, right? So I think I actually want to... Gotta go the long way. Okay. I think we actually want to go back down to the canal. Or not, I keep saying canal. The river. Over here. The girls are gone. That's good. I wouldn't want them hanging around in what looks like a dangerous and creepy place like this. We saw the police officer there earlier, so if he's still here, Skalnick should be down here. He is not. He wasn't farther in, I don't think, before either. Alright, so I get... Crap. Can I have... Is there a fast way to warp back to the map? M. No. Of course not. Son of a... Okay. So let's try to find Skalnick, I guess, at the police station? I don't know. Yeah, he feels... He feels like a... is it Toreador? The high society snobs? I think that's Toreador, right? I don't remember now. I don't remember all the clan's attributes anymore. I remember a lot of the names. I don't remember all the attributes. I think it's Toreador of the snobs, right? Anyway, whichever one it is. Alright, let's ask for him maybe at the front desk instead.
Hey, friend.
Mr. McPherson, what can I do for you?
I'd like to talk to your boss. Is he in now?
As a matter of fact, he is. Are you gonna pester him with annoying questions?
How'd you know?
A wild guess. Go right in, my friend. It's up the stairs at the end of the hall to your right.
Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. They're more artistic, but yeah, still, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the snobs are. Where'd my mouse pointer? Oh, it's all cut. It's all like not a cutscene exactly, but an animation I had to wait through. Ventru. Are the Ventru are the snobs, aren't they? Toreadors are the artists, and Ventru, I think, are the snobs.
This chair design will never catch on.
Except that it did, because people still to this day design chairs like that, which is garbage. But I agree, it's garbage, but it did catch on. Unfortunately, people still propagate it. Let's make a chair this way. Why?
That looks nothing like him.
Did you ever? I can't remember if Oh, good call. Yeah, I should. Well, I'll do one on Discord. But I'll also do on my different social media platforms as well, and that way, hopefully, I can get enough participation between all the different polls that I can see what people generally are wanting me to do. Obviously, Discord is where most people are active because it's easier to just have Discord on your phone or something. You don't have to really go out to social media, see a bunch of other stuff. You can just chat on Discord. But so Discord tends to have the more active people. But there are people like what's it called? Legit Dinosaur, and what was down in that other room? I didn't even go in that other room. I should do that maybe before talking to him. Maybe I can't get in though. Oh, jail cells. I see. Nobody in here currently, I guess. Somebody's knocking though. Doesn't look like I can go down that far. Yeah, I don't think I can go that far. Alright, whatever. So we'll go upstairs. Anyway, yeah, there are other people. So I'll do a poll on Discord. I'll do a poll on social media. I'll have to look into. I think you could do a. Wait, you used to be able to do a poll on YouTube. I think they removed that. I can't remember for sure. I'll have to see if you can still do it on YouTube. Anyway, but I'll try to put it all in the different places.
Looks like no arrest warrants have been issued.
And then kind of collate all of the different results and then come up with the ultimate what clan everybody wants me to play. Yeah, because in that's the thing is in Vampire the Masquerade Redemption, you don't actually get to choose your clan. You have party members who are from different clans, and then you have enemies who are from different clans, but you can't do your like choose the clan for yourself, because that's a specific storyline. You're a human, you're embraced. Because you're embraced, you're automatically in the clan that embraced you. So community tab. Okay, I'll try to remember to do that then. Before we have our conversation, anything to look at?
I think everyone has at least a couple of these. I think everyone has it. Not a good idea. He's sitting right there.
Oh, that would be going through the filing cabinets? I was looking at the books on top. Okay, never mind.
Inspector Skalnick?
If it isn't the knight in shining armor.
You son of a...
What do you want, McPherson? I was on my way out.
Were you? Is that why you were sitting in your chair doing nothing, basically? Oh, right, okay, sure.
I'd like to ask you about Mark, the local artist.
What about him?
Well, I thought I remember you saying that you had no suspects related to these crimes. And this charming gentleman says otherwise.
What did he say exactly?
This charming gentleman? Yeah, right. I'm sure you thought he was a charming gentleman, dude. Whatever.
He said that you accused him of the crimes. May I ask why?
Yes, I considered him a suspect. Wouldn't you?
It doesn't matter what I think.
That's all the time I have for you.
Fine. Can you at least lend me the files on the other victims?
No, McPherson.
Why not? I just want to consult them. Hey, I thought we were working to...
No, we are not. I work for the mayor, not the whores.
Well, now, it seems we work for the same kind of people, except my clients have character and honesty.
This concludes our conversation. I have business elsewhere.
What if he's gonna let me back in the back? Well, that's gonna be it, I think, for today, though. There. All right. Yeah, sick burn, McPherson. Sick burn. All right, thanks for joining me tonight, everybody. Okay, so tomorrow we'll have the usual Critter Chronicles. We're doing it 2 hours later than my previous times. I have to update my information. I haven't done that yet. So it's going to be 2 hours later than normal. Than the previous time. We'll be doing Critter Chronicles on Sunday. I will see you guys then, if you're able to make it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay awesome. I'll have the pull up soon. Peace.
Poor spider.
This freaking boy. Oh, that's so sad.